The lecture hall on Kepler Station hummed with the usual pre-class banter of Galactic Academy cadets. Students from a multitude of species occupied the tiered seats, their diverse appearances forming a vibrant spectrum of scales, fur, and synthetic skin beneath the gentle illumination. At the front of the room, Professor Vexathari, a notable figure from Alteria with 4 arms and silver-tinted skin, set up his holographic displays for the day's lesson on military history. Lisa Martinez occupied the 3rd row, her human form eliciting the familiar intrigued stares from her extraterrestrial peers. Beside her, Kamal Ozan meticulously examined his notes on a translucent tablet, his dark eyes intent and grave as ever. They were part of a select group of just 12 individuals within the entire academy, embodying the latest wave of Earth's interstellar diplomats and officers. Today we delve into the Terran hegemony war, Professor Vexathari declared, his harmonious voice resonating effortlessly through the chamber's acoustics, an intriguing exploration of asymmetric warfare and the eventual victory of advanced technology over raw resolve. The holographic display emerged above the professor's head, presenting a meticulous map of human space around the year 2387. Red markers denoted the dominance of hegemony fleets, while small blue dots represented the locations of humans. The conflict erupted when humanity rejected the notion of being under the dominion of the galactic authority, the professor elaborated, deftly adjusting the display to illustrate the movements of the fleets. Even when faced with overwhelming odds of 50-1 and lacking advanced technology, the humans opted for defiance as a Zephyrian student in the front row lifted a crystalline limb. "Professor, what was the reason for their refusal to embrace integration? Many species recognize the advantages of belonging to a dominant group." "A remarkable inquiry, Cadet Zeflin. Humans, as we have observed, exhibit a peculiar psychological characteristic, often referred to as stubbornness. They frequently opt for discord instead of rational acquiescence." Lisa felt her jaw tense, but Kamal gently placed a hand on her arm to hold her back. This matter had been brought up previously. Their purpose in this context was to absorb knowledge and witness events, rather than to justify every human endeavor. The professor pushed the timeline forward, revealing enormous fleets of dominance gathering around the outer colonies of Earth. Phase 1 involved the methodical contraction of human external domains. The siege of New Geneva endured for just a few fleeting hours. The annihilation of the Tau Ceti colonies occurred in under 24 hours. The screen revealed one realm after another succumbing to the overpowering dominance of the forces at play. Lisa observed the blue dots vanish gradually, each symbolizing countless human lives lost or uprooted. Phase 2 concentrated on the central realms, Vexathari proceeded. Mars succumbed following a fleeting stand. The Jupiter mining stations capitulated without a single shot being fired. At this stage, civilization had seen a decline in 60% of its population hubs. A Vraxon cadet lifted a tentacled appendage. "What about their fleet, Professor? Undoubtedly, they made efforts toward a structured form of opposition." "Indeed, Cadet Morgex, the human fleet launched numerous frantic assaults, yet their rudimentary fusion drives and kinetic armaments were completely insufficient against the supremacy of shield technology. Admiral Chen's ultimate strike against the Hegemony Command vessel led to the demise of humanity's final battle fleet." Lisa adjusted her posture at the mention of her ancestor's name, yet chose to remain quiet. "The last stage was the ultimate attack on Earth," the professor explained, as the hologram displayed the blue sphere of humanity's planet, encircled by a massive crimson fleet. Confronted with certain destruction, the human authorities ultimately consented to an unconditional capitulation. The conflict of the Terran dominance endured for a span of 18 months. The planet had been defeated. The instructor switched off the screen and turned to address the students. This struggle highlights a crucial insight regarding the pointlessness of opposing the inherent cosmic hierarchy. Basic groups that resist assimilation will ultimately confront demise or domination. The class quietly nodded, instruments gliding over surfaces as students recorded information. Lisa stood motionless, her face a mask of inscrutability. "Are there any inquiries regarding the downfall of humanity?" Professor Vexathari inquired. Lisa gradually lifted her hand. "Affirmative, Cadet Martinez." "Professor," she stated, her tone steady and precise. "Professor, have you had a chance to review the final page of the official war documents?" The Alterian's demeanor changed subtly, his forearms halting in their movements. "I'm not quite sure what you're getting at, Cadet. The conflict concluded with the capitulation of Earth. What else is left to talk about?" "Well, sir, I find myself intrigued by the aftermath of the war, particularly the events that unfolded following the signing of the surrender." Whispers flowed softly across the classroom. Kamal watched Lisa intently, noting the perilous sparkle in her gaze. Professor Vexathari meticulously examined his files, carefully sifting through the historical records. The immediate post-war period reflects typical practices of the time. Dominance imposes authority over significant urban areas. "And then," Lisa suggested, the professor's silver skin adopted a subtly deeper shade. "There were some organizational hurdles, some local opposition, but nothing of great consequence." "Based on the documents I've reviewed," Lisa remarked, rising gradually, "that within 6 months of the capitulation, 70% of the occupying forces had been pulled back from human territory." The room became quiet. Professor Vexathari's hands moved swiftly over his controls. "In a span of 2 years," Lisa elaborated, "the dominance conferred upon humanity the status of autonomous partners, a classification that was unprecedented and has not been awarded again since." "Cadet Martinez, in 5 years, the integration of human technology into the dominant fleets will be a significant development, Professor. The study of human tactical doctrine became essential at the military academies of the hegemony. And within a decade, humans occupied roles in the upper echelons of the ruling authority." Kamal stood beside her, his voice harmonizing with hers. "The concluding page of the war records, Professor, presents the ultimate casualty statistics. Shall I read them for you?" Professor Vexathari's display shimmered momentarily as he located the document. His voice faded to a whisper. "Military losses during the period following surrender include 2.3 million fatalities, 5.7 million injuries, and 847 vessels lost due to insurgent actions." Lisa smiled, and for the first time since the lecture began, she appeared genuinely alive, fierce, resolute, and completely fearless. "Indeed, Professor, humanity emerged victorious from that conflict. We have just redefined what it means to achieve success. The rulers believed they were subduing the planet. Instead, they provided us with a galaxy to claim as our own and instructed us on the workings of their technology." She collected her supplies and made her way to the door, with Kamal matching her pace alongside her. "Class dismissed," she announced, with a casual glance back, "unless someone else wishes to delve into the true events surrounding humanity's defeat in that conflict." The door shut softly, sealing off a classroom filled with silent extraterrestrials pondering the essence of human obstinacy.